in January 2019, tax authorities in Germany introduced new VAT regulations, which affected a lot of Amazon and other marketplace sellers. What happened exactly? We are talking in this video with Alex from simplyvat.com, and she will be explaining to us what are these new regulations and who is affected. If you would like to get notifications about new interviews with Amazon experts like this one, don't forget to hit the subscribe button on the Orange Click YouTube channel. Hello, Alex. So could you please introduce yourself and tell us how Simply VAT helps Amazon sellers?
Yeah, absolutely. Hi, everyone. My name's Alex Wyatt, and I am the head of business development here at simplyvat.com. We help e-commerce sellers specifically with their international VAT obligations when they're trading cross-border, whether it be on a marketplace or on their own website. We look after all the VAT registrations, returns, and then any ongoing compliance and consultancy.
So, yeah, recently there were a lot of fuss about new German VAT obligations, laws, changes. We are talking now in 2019, the beginning of the year. So many European sellers, they got an email from Amazon saying that they have to register or get some kind of certificates from German authorities. So could you explain first, what is this change about in Germany? What has changed and what are the obligations right now?
Yeah, absolutely. So from the 1st of January 2019, the German tax authorities have brought out this new legislation. And what it covers is essentially that it's making marketplaces jointly liable for the VAT owed by the sellers that are selling on them. So it's there to tackle VAT fraud, mostly from international companies, and level out the playing field for people that are complying currently. So it's what it is it's making the companies, the sellers on the marketplaces have to apply for a certificate. This certificate is showing VAT compliance within Germany, and you can only apply for the certificate if you're VAT registered. So what you'll do is if you're already VAT registered, you can send in the application to your local tax office in Germany. And you're listing out which marketplaces you're selling on that would have a German VAT liability, and then also what the trading names are for each of those marketplaces. This way, the German tax authorities will go through your accounts and just ensure that you are complying and that you have been complying since the beginning of your sales in Germany. And then they'll issue this certificate proving compliance. And then you can give this to the marketplaces you're selling on, which will allow you to keep selling. So Amazon has given a deadline of March 1st, 2019, and eBay has given a deadline of October 1st, 2019. So you have a lot more time with eBay. But what happens is if you can't supply this certificate, your account can be faced being shut down or suspended. So it's really important to make sure that if you have a tax liability, that you are being, you are applying for this certificate. The certificate is only there for registered business, and if you're only selling on your own website, then it's not applicable to you. So it's only for people selling on marketplaces.
Yeah, okay. And you mentioned that e-commerce vendors or sellers, they need to contact local German tax authorities. So what you mean is that, as far as I know, every business, so let's say different city tax authorities in Germany, they are representing different businesses from different countries, right?
Yeah, essentially. So, for example, the UK has a tax office in Hanover, whereas the Chinese and US companies would have a separate one, and so on. So it's important to look up. I know Amazon has sent out an email outlining each of the different tax offices for the different countries. So you can check your emails from Amazon. If you do need assistance, you can reach out to us and we'll be able to assist with that information as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Simply VAT can help you. And I think somewhere online there is obviously German tax authority PDF. I even saw it somewhere where it's listed country by country and to which tax office they have to come and or inquire and where they will get the certificate. Yes, I remember that list.
Yeah. So what you'll do is you'll get this application together and you have to email it to the local tax office that's applicable to your country. And it will take about, well, we're not actually sure how long it will take because this is the first time that they're running it. Different countries or different tax offices will take different amounts of time. So for the UK ones, we've seen them come in a lot quicker for UK-based companies than any other country so far. So Hanover seems to be processing the applications a lot quicker. But yeah, it's kind of going to be a waiting game. So if you haven't done the application and you are VAT registered and you're using a marketplace, I really suggest that you get that application into the tax authorities as quickly as possible to make sure that you don't, face your account getting suspended or shut down.
And again, if you are not storing physical goods in Amazon warehouses or in German territory, then you don't need this kind of paperwork unless you are crossing the VAT, distance selling threshold, right?
Yeah, so essentially the tax rules outline that you do not need a VAT registration within an EU country unless you are either one, holding stock within that country using a fulfillment center or a warehouse to send stock to customers, or two, if you've crossed over a distance selling threshold. So if you're selling from any country outside of Germany going into Germany, you have up until 100,000 euros per calendar year before you need that registration. So if you don't have those, if you don't qualify for either of those, then you don't technically need to register for VAT. The main issue is that we're not sure, and I'm sure everyone knows, nobody knows which way Amazon, like to go ahead with things. They kind of play by their own rules. So it's kind of a waiting game at this point to see how Amazon will implement these changes with the law and whether they will apply a blanket approach to everyone, saying anyone selling on Amazon.de, whether or not you're holding your stock or you've crossed a threshold, you need a registration and a certificate, or if they're going to implement an algorithm, for people that have actually held their stock in Germany or crossed over the distance selling threshold. It's hard to say which way they're going to go about it, but we are prepping people to say, it can very well happen that your account could get shut down. The other thing to note that's really important is that if Amazon, if you've sent a product to, say, someone in Germany and the product is being returned to an Amazon fulfillment center in Germany and then sent back out as a sale to another customer from that warehouse in Germany, technically you do have that obligation in Germany. So it is important to note that if that has happened at least once before, they may trigger that as a requirement to have a VAT obligation right away. So it's important to look at your sales data, go back and see where your products have been sold from to ensure that you don't face your account getting shut down come March 1st.
And also, I think there is something about Brexit which makes it quite important maybe to do registrations in Germany right now, right?
Yeah. So I've been telling a lot of our clients currently, with Brexit on the horizon, and very much so with a no deal on the horizon, the UK will be out of the single market, out of the single union. So what will happen is the distance selling thresholds will no longer apply. If you're using the European fulfillment network, holding all your stock in the UK currently, it will be like sending products directly into Europe, say from the United States. Each item would be taxed as you're going into Europe. So this will not only increase fees, like shipping fees, but it will also slow down your shipping because it's the backlog that may happen after Brexit. So what I have been advising to clients currently is that it's best to start thinking and preparing for what the outcomes may be. And in that case, Germany is the second largest, if not the largest market within the EU. So it may be an option for your business to move your products into German fulfillment centers and use Germany as your main distribution hub for the EU and use the distance selling thresholds from there. So you'd essentially have two distribution centers, one for the UK servicing UK customers, and then one for Germany servicing the rest of Europe and being able to, use the distance selling thresholds to comply throughout Europe.
And no matter what happens with Brexit, your company will anyway serve e-commerce business owners with VAT obligations in the whole Europe, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So no matter what happens, we'll be able to help with the registrations and compliance from there. If you do want further advice, I recommend getting in touch with our team and we can help plan, your strategy on how to expand throughout Europe, kind of from a VAT perspective, which not a lot of people think of when they're, expanding into Europe. But it's a really important bit of information there that can really depend on where you want to move your business to.
And what is interesting about your company, what I liked, the fact that most of the accountants for different countries, the main countries in Europe, you have in-house, right, in your team?
Yeah, absolutely. So we service all of the EU pretty much from our office. And if we can't do it from our office, we work with local agents. So say in Spain, to communicate and be able to file the returns. In Spain, it's a bit of a weird one because you need a Spanish bank account in order to pay the Spanish tax authorities. So we use the Spanish agent in order to pay any VAT into their accounts, and they then pay it on to the tax authorities for a seamless transition for the payments.
Yeah, that's interesting. Nice. So anyone who is interested to get service from Simply VAT, what's the best way to get in touch with you?
Yeah, so you can either book a call with us on Calendly through our website. You can email us at heretohelp@simplyvat.com. You can reach out to me directly at alex.wyatt, WYATT, @simplyvat.com, or give us a call on our office number at 01273 634 594. And we'll be able to help answer any questions you have.
And the phone number was obviously for UK, right?
Yes. So just add a +44 and then 1273 634 594, and that will be able to reach from anywhere in the world.
And if you are in Europe in end of March 2019, I invite you to come to European Seller Conference, the event for Amazon sellers, private label sellers. And there, Alex will also be giving presentation, and Simply VAT will have a booth where you can ask questions about VAT obligations personally from the professionals.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to attending. Myself and my colleague Laura will be there answering any questions. We can do it on a case-by-case basis, and I'll also be presenting, the tips and tricks about VAT. As much as not many people want to have VAT on the front of their mind, it is important for the longevity and sustainability of your business. So, if you have any questions, feel free to ask us.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Alex, and good luck in your business. Bye-bye.
Thank you.